everybody, welcome to Planning Real Alaska. I am here to do a weekly check-in in my Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom. And I'm also going to be adding some numbers in my Erin Condren lifetime planner. So if you like these type of videos, give me a good thumbs up, and if you have any questions during the video, please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And let's get started. So my husband just got paid. This will be our second paycheck in March. So I wanted to do kind of a weekly check-in. So he today's Thursday the 5th, so I know that his check will drop in tonight at midnight, and we already know how much it's going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of budget it out. We don't have a lot of bills coming out of the second paycheck. We have his Alaska USA card, which funds our gas and our food. So again, we get $700 taken out of that every paycheck. So he gets paid twice a month, and $700 of that will get taken out, and $350 will fund gas, and $350 will fund food and household items twice a month. So $700 a piece. And I will also be showing you the transactions that we've had over the last few days. Now, take in mind that we have some house guests for the next 3 weeks. My mom and my aunt are visiting from Arizona. So we probably will be spending a little bit more than normal on food just because we have 2 extra mouths to feed. Normally we budget, like I said, $700 a month for food and household supplies for 5 of us, and that's 2 adults and an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So, roughly it's about $500 for food, $200 for household supplies. So let's get started on paycheck number 2. So I'm just going to take this out and we can work on it. And then I'm also going to be taking our cash envelopes out of this paycheck. So we will fund our cash envelopes as well. So what I budgeted for my husband's paycheck was $3,000 for this week. And then we did get some extra income that I was not expecting. We had loaned somebody some money and they graciously paid it back. So that is amazing. And we have some rollover money. So my husband's paycheck, he actually worked a lot these last 2 weeks. So he got more than what we thought. So he got paid $4,003.92. And then we have the $2,000 extra that we were not expecting, and then the rollover in our Chase account for $36.21. So let's add that up really quick and see what our total is to play with. And keep in mind, we do live in Alaska, so cost of living is a lot different up here. So it may look like we get paid more, but we also spend more. Our rent alone is $2,000. Groceries, gas. Gas is $700 a month at least if we don't go over, just because we drive a lot. Daycare is $700 a month, so we definitely pay more than the lower 48. So we're going to have $6,040.13. So we are going to fund the gas, and this is for 2 weeks of gas, which is $350. And then we're going to fund food, which is 2 weeks of food, for $350. Now, granted, I don't stick to $350 for 2 weeks. We have $700, and I will spend $700 at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, whatever we need anything. So then we always leave a $40 cushion in our account because I don't like to leave it empty. That kind of makes me nervous. That's why we have the 36.21 rollover. So that was our $40 cushion from last month. So the amount here is $740, and that's for our bills. Basically no bills come out of his check for this week, except for some credit card debt that we want to pay off. So, so we have minus, I hope you guys can see that. Sorry about the shadow. I'm doing this at night, so I have my light, my happy light on over there just to give us some extra light. So hopefully the quality is good. So 740 minus $6,040.13. So 740 comes out to 5,313. And then we have our cash envelopes. So what we do is, again, we only fund these once a month. And I have miscellaneous. Normally I do $40, but my husband had to go buy something and he used his personal money, so I am going to minus $10 of it and add $10 to my husband's personal money. So I'm only going to fund $30 for miscellaneous this month, $30 for Bella, that is our dog, and I'm just kind of saving some money up for her to go get a haircut. So she's got some money from last month, and then this month she usually gets shaved she's a lab, so she usually gets shaved every 3 months, and we've kind of let it go a little bit just because it's winter here, so we're, in Alaska, and she needs to stay warm. The kids, we're not going to fund anything because on the 1st we bought Frozen, the movie Frozen 2. So that was their $20 that I normally just kind of keep in there. Ty will get 90, I will get 80, and then my oldest Tatum and my youngest Charlie, they have birthdays this weekend. So I'm going to do $50. That will pay for their cake and the pizza that we are going to buy. So I will plan for that. So we will minus, or actually we'll add that up, 30 plus 30 plus 90 plus 80 plus 50 is 280, and then minus 530013. Hope you guys can see that okay. So that equals 502013. And we're not going to do sinking funds. I usually do sinking funds out of my checks. So my checks are the first and the third paychecks. So that's when we fund our sinking funds. So if you want to see that, you can go back to my paycheck number 1 video that I posted before this. So for our debt, this is what we're going to focus on. So that extra $2,000, we are going to put it towards our Sequoia. So that's going to get funded right there. And then let's make sure I added that up correctly because I have a different number right there. So let's see. That's what I'm sorry, that's what I budgeted. Okay, so, but we are actually going to do, so we have $5,020.13 left over. So we are definitely going to fund the Sequoia, and then Ty's credit card has a balance of $443.26. So we're going to do that. 443.26 equals, and then minus 2,000. So we have $2576.87 left over. So our city card has a balance of $5,795. So we can definitely make a dent and pay, a little under half of that off. Or my Alaska Airlines card has $1,247.75, which that puts all of our, I put all of our bills on there, like our utility bills, so that we can get points. So I will be paying that off with my, my third paycheck of the month. Normally, I usually pay that off. I have kind of a breakdown right here, or this is ties fourth, but this is, oh, it might be on, sorry. It is on this one. So this is the third paycheck. I kind of just did it in advance just to kind of see. So I guess I could still pay that off on the third paycheck. So I think that we will expect to pay $2,576.87. That is taken care of. A lot of debt, guys. That is awesome. We're going to Hawaii in November, so we put our Airbnb on there, and that's why it's so much, because we're going for 11 days, so it was pretty pricey. So the total debt paid, if we do this for just these 2 weeks, is plus 2,000 equals at 02013, which leaves us at a zero-based budget minus the $40 cushion. How awesome. And we already have our emergency fund, so we don't need to fund that, and I would like to pay off all our debt before we really start saving. I have student loans, and I owe $48,000 in student loans, and then we have basically just our city card and the Sequoia, and I believe that's it for debt. Besides that, you know, Ty puts a little bit when he goes to work. Sometimes he'll put on his credit card, he'll put stuff on there. So, but awesome. Okay, so let's do our transactions really quick and see where we're at. I really love the Budget Moms transaction sheet, and I'm trying to really figure out how I want to organize it. I think in my last video I talked about doing one page of just our Alaska USA, because that's where that $700 every 2 weeks goes into for our food and gas, and so I can keep it all on one page, and then I can put our transactions from our Chase account on this page, and then I also have a One Arizona credit union, and I can put it all on here. So let's do, I have my gas and my foods that I've bought, and I've probably have gone over because, again, I was trying to stock up for our guests. So let's see, and you know, Costco will be the death of us. That will definitely put us into debt, because as you will see, we have a lot of Costco purchases. So, and then another budget lady I was watching, she had the great idea of labeling her highlighters. So, because they all kind of are just that look the same, and it's just easier to tell which is which. And so I used my label maker, and so this will be all the food, and highlighted my mile liners because I love these. They are not too dark and just have really good coverage. So we're doing all our food, and then our gas. All right, so there's our transactions for the second week of March. Well, technically, we're still in the first week, but there's that. And then for cash envelopes, I am going to go to the bank tomorrow and fund my cash envelopes. I have 4 cash envelopes. I have miscellaneous, Bella, our dog, my personal, and then I have the kids. Ty, I just give him his money, and the birthday, I'm just gonna go and spend it tomorrow at Costco to pick up their cake, and then Domino's for pizza. So these are the cash envelopes that I made. I thought they were super pretty. It's got, you know, these little, you can really see it with the light, the super sparkly lights. So the Budget Mom has these really great little cutouts that you can use, and I don't know what I did with my cutout, but I'll show you. Oh, here it is. So we have the problem when we pull out money, and why I only pull out once a month is, again, we use Chase and 1AZ, and so we have to pull out of a Wells Fargo ATM because we don't have those two other banks up here. So it does cost an ATM fee of $3. So I usually will go to Wells Fargo, pull it out, and then take it to our Alaska USA and have them break it up. So I use this handy printout that the Budget Mom has, and I just hand this to the teller, and you know, she breaks it up for me, so she loves it. So it kind of breaks it down. So miscellaneous, I'll do 120 and 110. The pets, I tend to try to keep to the higher bills because, like everybody else, it's harder to spend those higher bills. So pet, I'll do a 20 and a 10. Ty, I'll do 4 20s and 110. I'll do 4 20s for me, and then a 50 for birthday. So, and then once I get the cash, I will be back and I will stuff my envelopes for you guys. All right, well, I am back. I went to the bank and got my cash, and I got my cash envelopes out. So now let's get started stuffing our cash envelopes. So I'm gonna move this right over here, and I'm gonna just split these bills up really quick. And I did make some changes to what I am going to put in the cash envelopes. So I put $50 for, let me bring it down a little bit. I put $50 for the birthday party for my two kids. But I ended up going to Costco, and I just put it on my debit card. I just put debit right here, so that's good. We don't need to pull out any cash for that. And then I am going to, so let's see. First off, I'm gonna do mine. So bring my cash envelopes here, and I will fund my personal one. So I'm gonna do 80. So 20, 40, 60, 80. And I'm not sure if I have any money left over. Oh, yep. So I got 1, 2, and 3. So I have $83 for the month. Again, this is a monthly one-time cash stuffing for the month. So $80 for that one. And then my husband, he'll get 90. So 20, 40, 60, 80. And then we will do 2 5s, 90 for him. So we got Ty done, Carrie done, and then debit, that is paid. And then for Bella, we're gonna do 30 for her. We're not gonna do the kids this time. So let's see what she's got, because we did not use her last month. So she's got 10, 20, 30, 40. So 50, 60, she's got 70. And that will be good, because next month we will take her to get cut, and we'll put another 30 in there, and she'll have enough for that. And then miscellaneous, I ended up doing 40 for miscellaneous. So I'm gonna change this to 40. And so I'm gonna change this to 90. And then I'm going to take away
10. And then I'm going to also take away 10. And I'm going to take away 10 here. So, and then here. So I hope that all made sense. So instead of doing 30, I ended up taking 40 out just because when I take money out of the bank, it goes in $20 increments. So we got 20, 30, and 40, and I have $1 in miscellaneous. So we have $41. And I don't keep track of what's in my cash envelopes. What's spent is spent. Whatever's left, and I usually will roll over. So, and I'm not doing any savings challenges this month since this is really new to me. I will attempt to do it maybe next month. So we are all set there. So we are still going to be paying $5,010.13 to debt. So that is amazing. I'm so excited for that. And then that is for my cash envelopes. So then I also really quickly wanted to show you guys in my Erin Condren planner what I did. I got this idea from another lady, I think another lady that I watch on YouTube. I think it's called Pretty Perfection, I think. Make sure you're in the shot. So basically, this is a screenshot of all of my fixed expenses that we pay throughout the year. So I wrote all of our bills, and I did January, February, March, April, May, and then so on to December. And I figured out everything that we spent last year. And what I'm doing, I changed it. The ones that are in purple, that is what I've paid so far this year. And hopefully you can see the purple color change. So I have January, February, and then I'm starting to work on March. So for instance, this month so far our waters come out, so I changed that to $104.66. Kindles come out $9.99, and our Alaska Club, which is our gem, came out for $194.68. So I changed those, and so that way when I am doing our budget next month and I'm working on that, then I can have kind of an estimate of what our budget will be when I'm filling this calendar out. I'll know the amounts and when I'm filling my pages out for the month of April. I hope that makes sense to everybody. I thought that was really a brilliant idea. So and then I will just next year when I start start in January, I will have all of January 2020 for the next year. So I thought that was great. And then it helps me to kind of see, the change. So like I was telling my husband last night, last March we were paying $225.10 for our State Farm, and it slowly has progressed up like $236, and then for some reason it went down to $209, and then $237, and then slowly up to $313, and then last month in February we paid $313.58. I don't know why it keeps going up, so we are going to address that. So yeah, I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, because I am going to definitely try to get 2 to 3 videos up a week. And, we're all learning together, so I would love anybody's advice or suggestions. And then I hope that maybe some of my budgeting ways can help you. And then we can just keep each other accountable and make this, a community setting. So, yeah, well, thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a good night.